Buzz Lightyear used to be one of the most respected and intelligent characters in all of media. But now he's a useless cabbage. Ever since Toy Story 1, where he had his character arc, they haven't known what to do with him, so they've just had him recycle or do something really stupid and dumb every single movie. Now, I'll explain that. So in Toy Story 2, we meet Utility Belt Buzz, who joins the gang after a mix-up with the real Buzz, and the Buzz is left to do catch-up for the rest of the movie. Then, in Toy Story 3, he's turned to evil by Lotso and his cronies, so he's Space Ranger mode again for the most of the movie. And then, in Toy Story 4, he has to use the stupid buttons on his chest to make decisions, as if he was always stupid, which he wasn't, And then, in Lightyear, he's portrayed as an ignorant 2-year-old that thinks everything is his fault, and is just trying to fix something that no one sees as a problem. And while this may not be indicative of the way that the real Buzz Lightyear is going to act in Toy Story 5, the fact that there's going to be an army of evil Buzz Lightyear clones in that movie just does not sit well for how Pixar thinks Buzz Lightyear should be represented. And also that one of the people on the team said that they enjoy writing stupid lines for the real Buzz Lightyear to say with his mouth does not bode well for what's going to happen to him in that movie. No, it does not. And also, Lightyear doesn't even need to exist. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command was right there. It was a fine origin story. We didn't need another one. And when asked about it in an interview, this is what he said.
In this film.
That show was developed when we were doing Toy Story 2, and I always imagined that it was like the Ewoks or the droids to the Star Wars universe. When they were making Return of the Jedi, they weren't thinking about droids. So that's about as much as I thought about it.
As in not at all?
Not at all.
Are you out of your mind? You completely disregard a canon piece of Toy Story media when making a spin-off, and you suddenly think that makes perfect sense. Are you mental? You're a horrible director.
In my mind, that hasn't gotten produced. Say that exists in the universe of the Toy Story universe. That's a separate thing. There's a wall of a TV between them. So really, that is meant to take place in the same timeline as Star Wars to Ewoks.
So according to his own words, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command has yet to be produced. But then he also says in another interview that the cartoon show is what inspired the toy in universe. You can't have it both ways. Pick a lane. What he's doing here is attempting to retroactively change his decision to ignore the cartoon show by saying, the cartoon show wasn't made yet in universe, while also arguing that the toy he got was from that show. You know, there's actually a pretty good quote for this. From a character in Ace Attorney, lies always beget more lies. As he tries to explain himself here, he is only opening up more cans of worms that are making the situation worse and worse for himself. So the only way this works anymore is that Lightyear actually came out a long time ago and Andy saw it on VHS later on. But there's only one problem with that. If you were invited to the special screening of the film called The Andy Experience, you received this piece of concept art. So you don't see the problem yet? Let me spell it out for you. If you're titling your screening of a film titled The Andy Experience, and you hand out a picture of Andy watching the movie in the theater, then obviously he didn't watch it on VHS, he would have seen it in the theater. And you want to know what makes this all worse? At the start of the movie, there is 3 blocks of text. In 1995, a boy named Andy got a Buzz Lightyear toy for his birthday. It was from his favorite movie. This is that movie. This means that according to this movie that we are talking about, the director is full of baloney. So yes, the premise of Lightyear makes no sense. I just hope Pixar can learn that we don't want Buzz to be a neurotic octopus in Toy Story 5, and maybe we can actually salvage this character. Who knows? Anyway, leave a like down below and subscribe, and I will see you later. Goodbye.